and TikTok on Monday nights, but tonight it's just over here on the YouTubies. Let me say this right off the bat. There's not going to be Reiki this evening. I know that you guys are accustomed to Reiki on Monday nights, but not tonight. It's been a very, we'll just say, fantastical day here. I'm a little tired, getting prepared for a big trip to Pennsylvania for the Creep It Real Festival. Also for the Crescent Sanatorium Horror and Paranormal Festival, and the inaugural investigation of the new place. With that being said, before I get into Zodiacs for this evening, I want you guys to know that you need to make sure you're following your favorite creators everywhere. I don't care if it's a YouTuber, if it's a TikToker, if it's Instagram, whatever. You need to follow them on all of their accounts. For those of you guys that are big TikTokers like I am, then chances are you have seen that a lot of spiritual creators are getting banned, are getting reported for things that they did not do. So please make sure that you're following everybody everywhere. You're following everybody everywhere. So, shall we get into it? Shall we get into it? Oh, before I start, I also want to say this. Don't think that I have not noticed over the last 24 hours at who has benefited from me not being live on Monday nights. Don't think that I have not noticed who all is live currently on TikTok tonight. Don't think I haven't noticed. Don't think I haven't noticed. All right, we are going to start with Capricorn and go all the way around. A lot of you guys are very, very used to seeing me on Mondays. You're used to being able to go and... Capricorns, I find it interesting that, you know what, you need 2 anchor cards this week. You got it, 2 anchor cards. Y'all are used to being able to go and see your zodiacs for the week here on YouTube. That will never change. Let me say that. That will never, ever change. Okay? It will never change. There we go. I am considering changing the way that I do certain things over here on the YouTubies, but we'll see. All right. Are we ready, Capricorns? Are we ready? I'm curious what kind of week it's going to be. I did not get a chance to do the astrological forecast. I'll have that up after this. But Capricorns needed 2 anchor cards. You needed King Arthur, which is championship, self-realization. It's also nobility and taking your rightful place. And then you also have the Mother of Dawn, which is beauty, agency, and compassion. I find it interesting that this is a very well-balanced divine masculine and divine feminine right here. Notice the colors are even opposite each other. I find that very, very interesting. And then you guys have the paradox, which, what else is there between these two but a paradox? You can't make this shit up. And then you have the success card, because of course, what every Capricorn really wants is success. So let's chit chat about this, Capricorns, because I find it interesting that you needed 2 anchor cards. That tells me that you guys are very strategic this week. The Capricorns are very strategic this week. And for those of you guys that don't know, or you don't have a Capricorn in your life, you've never watched a Capricorn at full Capricorn level. I'm just saying what I'm saying. When a Capricorn is at full on Capricorn strength and they are ready to take on the world, there is not a damn thing that you can do that will stop a Capricorn. Now, here's the thing, Capricorn. You might have noticed that this paradox card has popped up, right? And you're probably thinking, what the hell is this paradox? Here, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Capricorns, y'all all need to be listening to some Machiavellian strategies this week, because one of the main things that Machiavelli preaches is never announce. One of the other things that he preaches is knowing when to walk away from a battle and knowing when to fight. Capricorns, because you have the King Arthur card, which is stepping into something that you have long known was coming. Think about the story of King Arthur, where he pulled the sword from the stone and tried to put the sword back and tried to give it to someone else and ended up becoming king anyway. No matter what he did, he became king. It's not so much the reluctant leader as it is the one that understood all of the bullshit that goes along with it. And that right there is exactly what's going on this week, Capricorns. The other aspect is this. You're going to look great doing it this week, Caps. You're going to look great doing it this week, Capricorns, because this card right here is beauty, agency, and compassion. The one thing I am going to say is this, and this is the paradox for a lot of you Capricorns. Because Capricorns are those fine zodiacs that when they're done with something and when they know that someone has betrayed their trust or done something against them, they are willing to slice you off at the Achilles tendon. They are ready to let that little tendon snap up, kick you in the butt, and knock you over. But here's the thing, Capricorns, because of this compassion card right here, and because of the paradox card, I am going to advise you to just let it slide for this week. Because they already know they did you wrong, Capricorns. They already know that they did you 9 shades of dirty. They already know that you know it was them. So just live in the penthouse of their little tiny pea brain for a little bit, Caps. I know you want to fling some shit back. I know that you don't want to sit and just take it anymore. I get it. I get it. I get it. Bide your time this week, Capricorns. Work in secret, Capricorns. This is going to be a fantastic week for you. A fantastic week for you. This is the success card, after all. You started with King Arthur and you ended with the success card. Capricorns, this is a very powerful week for you. It's a very successful week for you. Whatever you touch this week, Capricorns, make sure you do so with a little bit of compassion. Make sure you do so with that golden Midas touch that you guys all seem to have. And just know that while you're sitting back just a little bit and you're watching all of those people wonder if you did some shit to them, just giggle. Just giggle. Enjoy your wine or your tea or whatever, and just enjoy all of the success that the universe is bringing you this week. Stones for Capricorns for this week. Smoky Quartz, Pyrite, and Amethyst. I know I'm giving you 3, but those 3 I think are going to serve you very, very well this week. The other thing I'm going to say is this, Capricorns. Your animal is a little different, and some of y'all are not going to understand when I say what it is, but I just want you to hear me out, and then I want you to go and I want you to research what the spiritual meaning of this animal is, and you will understand why I am giving the Capricorns the Vulture for their animal for the week. Okay, Aquarius, you didn't even let me, like, get into everything. Y'all gotta have 2 anchor cards, too. I get it. I get it. You might notice that I am using 3 decks this week. That's a lot, Aquarius. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, Aquarius, I couldn't even finish that last shuffle, and you guys flung 2 cards right side up at me. The first one is Lilith, which is animism, instinct, hunger, and underneath that was Genie the Maid, which is humility, it's authenticity, it's disillusionment, but it's also being a champion. And then you have the Withdraw card. I know every single Aquarius went, fucking thank God. And then you have leadership. I know that when you're like, I don't like you anymore. You liked me when I gave you the withdraw card, didn't you, Aquarius? But when I said leadership, you said absolutely not. Here's the thing, Aquarius. It's not leadership in the traditional way that you think of. You are very dualistic this week, Aquarius. For those of you guys that have an Aquarius in your life, just know they're going to go from hot and heavy to pure like the snow. But the other thing, Aquarius, is that you have this, y'all are angry this week. Y'all have this anger down inside. That is what this Lilith card represents. I mean, I want you to notice how different the colors are in these, how different the woman portrayed in these is. Y'all have this deep-seated anger at the universe, at your job, at whatever it is. Y'all have this deep-seated anger. That is why you have the withdrawal card. Aquarius, as your spiritual advisor, I am letting you know that when you feel this anger start to kind of rise up a little bit, then it's time to withdraw. It's time to go take yourself a hot bath, to go to bed early, to tell everybody to F off, to put your phone on silent, whatever it is. Whatever it is. You have all of the permission to withdraw this week. The leadership card, when I pulled it up, I know some of you guys were like, I don't feel like being the leader this week. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Well, here's the thing, Aquarius. This is more of a quiet leadership. You guys have people that are watching you right now in a good way, in a good way, in a good way. Don't freak out. Y'all have people that are watching you right now. They're paying attention to how you handle this anger because they know the situation. They know what's going on. So they're paying attention. How are you handling this anger? Are you having a crazy outburst? Most Aquariuses I know don't do crazy outbursts, but I have known a couple. Are you being very cautious with your words? Are you taking your time to respond? Or are you withdrawing and coming back to the situation much later? That is what I'm talking about with leadership. They are watching what you're doing. Whether this is your kids, whether this is somebody at work, whoever it is, they're watching what you're doing. They admire you, whether they'll say so or not. So they're paying very close attention to how this instinct is playing out in you. So, no, Aquarius, I'm not stressed about you getting some out in front of everybody type of promotion or whatever. I'm not stressed about that at all. There it was. One thing I do want to say, Aquarius, is this. Notice that with this card, the fox is curled up asleep. It's weird for me to say this because most Aquariuses I know really like to sleep. I do want you guys to make sure you're getting plenty of sleep this week, Aquarius. Okay? I'm serious. The withdrawal card doesn't always just mean from drama. It doesn't always just mean from kids, from work, from whatever. This also is to allow yourself to heal a little better. So no matter what it is that you're going through, Aquarius, I want you to make sure that you get plenty of sleep this week. Okay? Don't worry, it's going to be a calm week. It's going to be a chill week. It's going to be a good week. Why am I yawning? I slept really good last night. Stones for Aquarius. I'm going to say Aventurine. Aventurine and Tiger's Eye. Aventurine and Tiger's Eye. And I am going to give you the bear this week. I'm going to give you the bear. You may choose whatever bear you would like to be, but I am going to give you the bear this week, especially because bears have that wonderful hibernation mode that we all love to joke about in the fall and the winter and the spring. All right. Pisces. Where are my Piscesians at? This is my time to remind those of you guys that are watching live right now that in case you are new to watching, we do not tolerate hatred of any kind in here. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about other creators, especially in a negative light. If you come in and try to co-read, or if you decide that you're going to come in and insist on promoting yourself, please know that not only will my moderators screenshot your account, they will also screenshot your comment. You may or may not end up in a jar somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains, because that is where I'm headed at the end of this week. So you are welcome, and you know how to scroll on. All right, Pisces, are we ready? You guys have Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. Then you have the Seeker. And the one thing I love about this card, and I point it out all the time, is the fact that there are teeth in this falling into the open hands. And most people are like, that's gross. Why are there teeth in this? Teeth are actually, the spiritual meaning of teeth is success, is wealth. And then you have Fate, because of course you do, Pisces, don't you? Of course you do. And then you have Divine Guidance. Oh, Pisces, aren't you just a connected little shit this week? Aren't you just connected little fishy fish this week? Okay. I am going to say something. There's a quote by Carl Jung, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it is about making the unconscious conscious, because otherwise you just allow things to happen and call it fate. That is what's going to be a struggle for you this week, Pisces. There's going to be a lot of good this week, because this Seeker card right here tells me that everything you want is starting to fall into your hands. It does also tell me that there's a little bit of a setback that comes with that. Know that the fact you have, words. Y'all have Thanatos here at the beginning, which is support. And then you have Divine Guidance at the end with the Dragonfly. Yes, Pisces, you are getting messages this week. No, Pisces, you are no more crazy than the rest of us that get messages from Ma and Pa, Granny, Grandpa, whatever. Pisces, you are so fucking connected this week that you feel like this buzz of power. This buzz of power this week. It's not that you're so connected that it hurts to be in public. It's not that you're so connected that you're having a problem focusing. It's that you are perfectly connected this week, Pisces. The other thing that I want to make sure to point out is the expediency and the completion here. Because there is, I'm going to say that there are two things. There's one big one and one smaller one with you, Pisces, that you needed this big situation to be over, to be done with. You cannot worry about it anymore, but y'all are squishy, so you do. So you've been telling the universe, hey, please, I just need this to be done. Whether it is a project at work, whether you're going through a divorce or a breakup, whatever it is, Pisces, you have been begging for the universe to just let you be, to just let you have some peace and quiet. That is this week, Pisces. Because you are going to set this drama and this bullshit aside. You have shit to do this week, Pisces. Not only do you have shit to do, but you have successful, awesome shit to do. Things that you've been attempting to do for months, for weeks, for years. Things that you feel you are fated to do. All with the help of your spirit guides, all with the help of the amazing divine guidance that is just pushing you right on along, Pisces. You guys are like absolute, I wanted to say gold in a bottle, but you know what I'm saying. You're very, very connected. You're very in tune with everything. And I think that this is utterly fantastical for you, Pisces. This is a great week. It's a powerful week. And not only is it a powerful week, but y'all feel like you are completely on your bullshit. Y'all don't feel like the discombobulated Pisces that we like to tease you guys about. Y'all feel powerful. Y'all feel connected. Y'all feel grounded. And I am totally here for this because I have a lot of Pisces friends in my life, and I know that y'all have felt the brunt of some of the astrological shit going on lately. This week, however, y'all are super powerful, Pisces. Stones for Pisces: Malachite, Pyrite, and Lapis. I know some of you may not have Malachite, so that's why I said Pyrite. Lapis, the more deep blue, the better. But if you have Lapis with Pyrite in it, you are golden, aren't you, Pisces? Y'all are the shark this week. In fact, you know what? Y'all are the great white shark this week. No little tiny shark for you, Pisces. You are the great white shark this week. I love that because I feel like y'all, the universe has been picking on my Pisces friends lately. I feel like the universe has been picking on my Pisces friends. So I am 100% here for that this week. Where's all of my Aries at? Where's my wonderful, wonderful Aries at? Y'all have the Prince, the Forgotten Adversary, which is sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. Then you have the Death card, which is rebirth. Of course you do. Of course you do, Aries. Y'all little phoenix birds. Then you have change. You can't make this up. Yeah, okay, you can't make this up. And then you have balanced emotions. This is funny. This is funny. I'm sorry. I'm going to pick on you, Aries, for a minute. But seeing that you have balanced emotions, really? Really? Aries, this is a week of complete and utter shifting and changing for you. Complete shifting and changing for you. You have the serendipity, all of the things falling into place. You do have the lost valor, and I want to talk about that along with the sorrow. There's going to be a lot of things brought up the beginning of this week. I would say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that probably started happening today, that have been just weaseling in your brain that you can't stop thinking about. A perceived failure. Notice I said perceived. A perceived failure. Something that you think you fucked up with. Something that you feel like you didn't get the recognition for. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Aries, it's going to live in your brain hardcore till about Wednesday. I'm going to say into Thursday, there's going to be a huge, huge shift for you. Not only is this a huge shift for you, Aries, but y'all know that the summer solstice is this weekend, right? This is a time of peak harvest. This is a time of celebration. It's a time of bonfires. It's a time of letting go of anything from the past winter or spring that you don't need anymore and looking forward to the harvest. What better time to go out and burn some things, Pisces, Aries. Every Aries was just like, excuse you, what'd you call me? This is the time for you to go out and release the inner firebug, Aries. Release the inner firebug. That death card right there, I want to just keep showing it to you because what that tells me, especially with this Lost Valor card, is that y'all have been holding on to some really, really heavy shit. And I feel really bad about that. Every Aries I have ever met in my life has been so cocky confident that if you even thought something was bothering that person, that they were obsessing about something, you'd be like, what? No, but I know you do because I've known a few of you pretty personally. I know you do. So knowing that this death card, this rebirth, and this change all comes up on the summer solstice, it tells me that the universe has been picking on you, Aries, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. It tells me that you have been kind of questioning everything like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing that to me? What the hell is going on? Why are you causing me all these problems? But not wanting others to know that you're having all of these problems. This weekend is going to be a completely different you, Aries. Thursday, Friday, that's when this big shift happens. For those of you guys that have Aries in your life, just know that they're probably going to be a little quiet. Just know that they're probably going to be a little withdrawn, not their normal Aries self. So you're probably going to think that they're coming down with something, or you're not really going to know what's going on. No, they're fine, I promise you. But this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, this summer solstice, you are so balanced. You're like Buddha met, I don't know, the Dalai Lama. You're like the super calm chill of everything this week, Aries, which I know is really out of character. So your significant other, kids, friends, etc. are probably going to be like, are you ill? Like, what's going on? Is there something you need to tell me? Like, am I dying? Are you dying? It's probably going to be like that. It's probably going to be like that. So overall, it is going to be a little tough mentally, a little tough emotionally, but this is your week to have a complete and utter Phoenix moment, my sweet little Aries friends. This is your week. This is your solstice to let go of some bullshit, my sweet, wonderful little Rams. It is going to be a fantastic weekend, okay? Enjoy it. Stones for Aries. I am going to say Carnelian and Garnet and Obsidian. I know I'm giving you 3, but I know some people may not have Garnet. Carnelian, Garnet, and Obsidian. This is a little different than your read, but for some reason my gut keeps telling me to give you the Dolphin as your spirit animal for the week, Aries. So there you go. So there you go. Okay, Taurus, I'm gonna need you to just breathe a minute, okay? Okay, you know what? If you don't want to, that's fine. I get it. I get it. For those of you guys that are curious of why there is no TikTok feed this week, it is because bitches be bitches and trolls be trolls, and a lot of people have been targeting those of us in the spiritual community. Somebody reported my live where I was simply reading cards for gender-based violence and sexual exploitation. And even though I put out a video about it, even though I have done everything I can do on my end, they have denied my appeal. I have not received an answer back on my report, which was supposed to be within 24 hours. It has been well over 24 hours. So for those of you guys that have favorite creators on TikTok, please follow them everywhere, because I can guarantee you that you are going to see a change in my content from here on out. There will be more lives on YouTube than there will be on TikTok. So make sure that you follow me here on YouTube. Make sure that you like, subscribe, etc. And know that there is an incoming thing next Monday. I am going to make a big shift in my content and how it is presented from here on out. So bitches be bitches, witches be witches, and people think that playing with stuff like this is funny, and it's not. All right. Taurus. 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 Did y'all just come out of the China closet this week? Because y'all have the Maestro, which is ingenuity, understanding, community. Watch this shit. Then you have the Revolutionary and the Alchemist. And then you have the Cut Ties card. Are you powerful this week or what, Taurus? I'm just gonna, you're powerful this week. Okay, there's no or what. First of all, there's been an interesting shift with you. Whether this is you finding out the truth about someone or something, or you finally just have had it. With all of the bullshit, you've just had it. So you have this sudden, interesting understanding of the universe, of where you are in it, of who's around you, and so on. You have this unique understanding this week, Taurus. And not only that, but your ingenuity is kicking in. The Revolutionary card is all about standing up for what is right. It's all about toppling things that have been stacked up against you for way too long. My sweet little Taurus friends. Y'all are not just a cute little mini Highland bull with its long fluffy hair. No, no. No, no. You are the big monster bull with one eye and two big old sharp horns and angry as fuck. And y'all are ready to go plowing through whatever you need to plow through to get to where you want to go. The Revolutionary card is not a card of playing around. The Revolutionary card is all about you revolutionizing where you are in life after this amazing understanding popped up. I would say probably today. How many of you Tauruses, quick show of hands, had this really crazy intense day? You're not like, oh, nothing really bad happened at work or at home or whatever, but it's just been an intensive brain day. And you looked at a lot of stuff around you and went, I see you. I see you. You remember how I was talking about the ingenuity with this? Well, you also have the Alchemist card. And if you guys do not know what alchemy is about, it's not just turning lead into gold or water into wine. The Alchemist is a master of transmutation. All of that hate coming your way, Taurus, you're transmuting that shit into whatever it is you need. All of the bad negative vibes coming your way, all of the roadblocks coming your way, oh, no, they're not, Taurus, because you are also the alchemist this week, meaning that you are transforming every single thing you do into glorious, glorious, amazing shit. I wanted to say something different, but my brain didn't work that way. Taurus, you guys are known for loving luxury, right? You love good food, you love fine clothes, you love big houses, and you love all the finer things in life, right? So transmute all of that bullshit that's coming your way into luxury for yourself. If you gotta live in someone's head, you might as well live in the penthouse, right, bitch? The other thing is this, because we talked a little bit about understanding. Who is it you need to cut ties with this week, Taurus? Now, it may not be such as simple as walking in and saying, you know what? I fucking quit. I hate you. I don't want to do this job anymore. It might not be as easy as that. You might need to start putting plans in place before you start cutting these ties. And that's fine. And that's fine. But this is the week, Taurus, that you start getting your shit together so you can cut that little fucking tie. Plain and simple. This is the week to start with that. Taurus, you just feel powerful this week. Make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep, because every revolutionary needs to be fueled up for all of the revolution. Stones for Taurus this week. I am going to say Walnut, Jasper. Walnut, Jasper, and Aquamarine. If you do not have Aquamarine, Turquoise is going to be the next best thing. Turquoise is going to be the next best thing. You know, I'm just going to give you the bull. You are the bull this week, Taurus. Own it. Own it. Own it. Nope. Geminis, I will not do 3 anchor cards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Geminis. I know. I know. Those of you guys that are new to watching me over here on YouTube, please know that I do have some of the best moderators that there are. They will 100% mute and or block you if you want to come in and be hateful or anything like that. We do not tolerate that here. And Miss us all with that. Oh, Gemini, I felt like you just needed 3 cards. The Leper King, which is bravery and self-discipline and faith. Boundaries. And resilience. Gemini, I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit of a tougher week for you. Whether this is a tougher week mentally or emotionally, I have the feeling the majority of it is mentally because of the self-discipline aspect. Then you have boundaries and resilience. There are going to be people this week that continually test your boundaries. There are going to be people this week that continually just kind of poke the bear. There are going to be people this week, Gemini, that just continually want to cause issues. They want to cause problems. This is going to be hard for some of y'all because I know you Geminis, but don't bite. Don't bite. Why I'm yawning, I don't know. The resilience card. This is why you don't want to bite. And by the way, I'm just going to tell you right now, I am giving you the fox as your spirit animal. The fox is a trickster. The fox knows all of the little holes to hide in. The fox knows how to go and steal your shit from right in front of you without you even seeing. The fox knows how to do all the things, and the fox has all of the self-discipline and all of the bravery and all of the faith in itself to be able to do the things. So this week, when people are testing your boundaries, this week, when there's nothing but issue after issue after issue with your job, with family, with drama, whatever it is, just thing after thing after thing after thing. This resilience card is everything, Geminis. I know that you are going to overthink everything. I know that you are going to overthink everything in your Gemini minds. I know. I'm not going to tell you not to, because that's like telling rain not to fall. What I am going to say is this. Let that be fuel for this self-discipline. Let that be fuel for your resilience. Let that be fuel for you to continue to set those boundaries. Do not go back on these boundaries this week, Gemini, because that is exactly what they're trying to get you to do. Stick to them. Okay? Because the minute that you go back on these boundaries, they're going to push other ones. This is not just them being an ass. This is not just them trying to get a rise out of you. This is them seeing how far they can push you, Gemini. This is seeing how much they can take from you, Gemini. Don't let them push these boundaries. Boundaries don't move. Okay? Think of the big concrete dividers in the middle of the highways, the ones that are like 9 feet thick. That is exactly what kind of boundaries you have, Gemini. You are strong and you can do this. I have every bit of faith in you. Every bit of faith in you. You are the fox this week, Gemini. You are. Every bit of it. Obsidian and Onyx are going to be your stones for the week, Gemini. A couple of very good protective stones. If you feel like you need to do black tourmaline or obsidian or anything like that, please, please do so. Okay? Please, please do so. Cancer babies. Where's my little Cancer babies at? That is one thing I loved about TikTok is that, in reading for all the sweet little Cancers, they come out of the woodwork with all the little crabby claws when I say, where's my little Cancer babies at? All right, Cancers, are we ready? I know you are. Of course. I had to yawn again. You also have the Leper King, which is bravery and self-discipline and faith. You know, I will say this. I like to tease you, Cancers, about going in your shell and stuff like that. But I have unfortunately known a lot of Cancers. I didn't mean unfortunately in a bad way. But, I mean, I've been married to 2 of y'all. I've been engaged to another one. I raised one. Like, my mom was one. Like, I have always been surrounded by Cancers. Y'all are one of the more brave zodiac signs I've ever met. You really are. You really are. Y'all kind of go with the flow until something pushes back and you have to stand up. And I felt like you needed to hear that, Cancers, before I ever turn any of these over. I felt like you needed to hear that, Cancers. I felt like you needed to know that me, whoever me is over here, you know, me, I really am like racking my brain. Every Cancer I've ever met, y'all might seem a little skittish, y'all might seem squishy or whatever, but when everything comes down to the wire, y'all are some of the most brave people that I know. Then you guys have love and take risk and cut ties. Okay. Oh no, Cancer. It's a self-love week. What's funny about that is every Cancer was like, yeah. Because one of the things I do love about you Cancers is when you need me time, nothing's going to stand in that way. Y'all would stand outside and tell an asteroid, like, I'm going to need you to wait until I finish my bath because the water is perfect. I got all the rose petals in there, just the right amount of oils. And if you hit right now, you're going to fuck that up. Y'all would go outside and argue with an asteroid about to destroy the earth because it is me time. So for those of you guys that have Cancers in your life, I'm sorry. It is a me week with the Cancers. I'm sorry. But at least you know that it's coming. I'm not complaining about this because I know I'm making fun of you, but I know, Cancers, that there's been a couple reads over the last few weeks that they've been a little hard, and I've hated being the one to deliver them. There's been more than a couple of reads over this last week that have sucked, and I'm sorry. The love card and the take risk card. I'm going to talk to those Cancers that have a significant other. Spend time with them this week. Spend time with them this week. Y'all are the charismatic of the squishies. You are. You are. You always know the right shit to say. You always know the right little way to hold somebody's hand. Like, y'all are perfect with that shit, okay? Spend some time with your significant other because they need that as much as you need that this week. For those of you guys that are single, if you have somebody that's asked you out on a date, Cancer, go. Go. Even if you're not sure that you're going to hit it off with this person, I don't give a shit. Get out of the house. Get out of the house. If you have neither one of those things, go out with some friends. Go do something fun. That is all part of finding love. That's all part of self-love. Okay? The take risk is interesting, Cancer. Whatever it is that you've been considering going to do, whether it's, I had a Cancer this last week tell me that they don't like eating by themselves. I was like, oh, bitch, I do. I do. Because I don't have to worry if someone finished before me. I don't have to worry about where I'm setting my purse. I don't have to worry about it. I like to eat by myself. I will happily go eat by myself. I will sit up at a bar somewhere. I will put my big old chonk purse right next to me so no one sits next to me. I'll drink my little water with no ice and eat my shit and go home happy. Go do that this week, Cancers. Go take yourself to lunch. Go take yourself to dinner. Go take yourself to a movie. Whatever it is, Cancers. Go do something all by your big kid self. Take the risk. Enjoy you. Go treat yourself to something, Cancers. Okay? But this one, let's talk about this. Cancers, y'all have somebody. Let me get a drink. Y'all have somebody in your life that is full on taking advantage of you. I got spit down the wrong pipe. Forgive me. They're full on taking advantage of you. Whether it is for what you can do for them, always being the shoulder to cry on. You know, they let you think that maybe you're going to get a chance at a relationship, but you really don't. The boss that's taking advantage of your time, whatever it is. You need to set some boundaries. And that's hard for you, Cancers. I know. That's hard for you, Cancers. But I want you to notice that you end and you begin this week's reading with a sword. This is bravery and self-discipline and faith, Cancers. The reason that you have this amazing self-love week is so you can start cutting ties with the people that are taking advantage of you. I know that all you Cancers really want to do is just enjoy yourself, is just enjoy your family and your friends and make everybody around you happy. Cutting ties always hurts your feels as much as it hurts theirs. Probably more than it hurts theirs. But you have to do it. You have to do it. So enjoy your week, Cancers, and start cutting those ties. Stones for Cancers. I'm going to give you Lapis just like I did the Pisces because I think that you guys need to remember how awesome you are. And then I'm also going to give you Rose Quartz because I think you need it. Because I think you need it. And then I'm going to give you the Peacock for this week because you are, you magnificent little water babies. Just saying what I'm saying. All right. Where's my lovely Leos at? Where's my lovely Leos at? Oh, of course you have to have all the cards. Thank you guys so much for joining me over here on YouTube. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody that has sent a gift. I really and truly appreciate it. Leos, you guys start with the Master of the Great Hunt, which is balance, it's ambition, it's the hunt, it's seeking the things that you want. Then you have the Trust card. You know what's really funny? As I look at this card, see that stone in the middle there? I have a stone that is exactly that shape that I have not seen in months, and it magically reappeared today. Oh no, this is the Shadow card. Oh, Leos, I can't handle you guys in shadow mode this week. And then you have the Resilience card. All right. Leos, Leos, Leos. The beginning part of this week, you're going to feel very powerful. You're going to feel like your ambition is through the roof. You are hunting down all of the things that you want. Every single thing, the universe is just bringing it to you. You're trusting the process. Everything is great, right? Right, Leos? Say it with me. Everything is great. And then towards this weekend is when this fucking shadow pops up. I don't think that this is going to be some like poor pitiful me Eeyore weekend. Okay, I don't think that. But this is going to be a weekend of you really thinking hardcore about a lot of stuff in your life. A lot of you Leos go from this extreme high energy to extreme low energy. I have birthed and raised 2 of you. Actually, I've birthed 2 of you and raised 3 of you. I know how you are. You go from, I'm great, everything is great, nothing can stop me, to you would make Eeyore look like a ray of sunshine. You get so far down in those shadows that you would make Eeyore look like Tigger. And unfortunately, that's kind of where you're headed this weekend. But it's a good thing, and we're going to talk about why it's a good thing. Because I know those of you guys that have Leos in your life just probably through your phone told me to shut up or whatever. The resilience card is what I want to talk about. I know that you Leos are very, very hard on yourself. You expect great things from you, from other people, and you are very, very hard on yourself. You're going to have a hard chat with you this week, Leos, because of this resilience right here. The summer solstice is coming up. The summer solstice is not a time of sitting still in any way, shape, or form. This is like the party, right? This is the big, lovely, fun party. But you're going to feel like Eeyore at the party. I want you to remember, Leos, and I want you to tell yourself this every morning this week. I want you to just tell yourself something fantastic you know you have done. Whether it's, well, I graduated this year, I started college this year, I did this, I did this. I want them to all be I statements. I did this, I did this, I survived this, I did this. I want them to be amazing, amazing things. I want them to be amazing things. And for those of you guys that have Leos in your life and you see them start to kind of do this downward Eeyore spiral for the week, I want you to jump in and I want you to boost their Leo confidence. It's very easy. And then it becomes very hard when they get way down there too far. Leos, I want you to remember that you are utterly fantastic. I want you to remember how amazing you are. You trust you over everybody else. Am I right, Leos? Am I right? You trust you over everyone else. So when you is pulling yourself down into the shadow, you're going to willingly go. I'm going to ask you to remember that there needs to be balance this week, Leos. So the times when you feel like you're doing this, do something that makes you feel like this, okay? I don't care if you feel crazy. That's what I want you to do. Because this resilience card right here, Leos, tells me that it's not something that's going to stick. Does that make sense? You're not going into a dark night of the soul. You're not going into a depressive episode. You're not going into any of that, Leos. You're just having a moment of getting your bearings back and getting your feet back underneath you. I wouldn't be surprised to know that every Leo listening to this had some interesting life change last week, and I said it that way on purpose. Leos, y'all are very sensitive right now, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I know y'all are used to being the one that stands up for everybody else, but y'all are very sensitive right now. For those of you guys that have Leos in your life, know that they are very sensitive right now, and know that they're going to be taking a lot of things personally. Just know. But we love you, Leos. It's not going to be a bad week, okay? It's not going to be a bad week. Just a thinky week. Just a thinky Leo week. I'm trying to think of what animal to give you guys this week. And I think I'm going to give you the mountain lion. I'm going to give you the mountain lion. Stones for Leos, though. Dalmatian Jasper and Kambaba Jasper. I'm giving you two, okay? If you don't have those two, you need them. You do. You need them. Dalmatian Jasper is pretty cheap, like really cheap. And Kambaba Jasper is pretty affordable as well. The tumbles are about the same as the leopard, or not leopard, as the Dalmatian Jasper. So those two right there. In fact, all of you, whether you're a Leo or not, if you don't have Dalmatian Jasper, you need a piece. If you have a kid, or if you have bad dreams or night terrors, put that beside your bed. That's what it's for. It's for other things too, but it's fantastic for that. Kambaba Jasper is a calming stone. It is one of my favorites to use for that purpose. It's green. It looks kind of like this crazy intricate malachite. It's really, really cool. So those are your stones for the week, Leos. Oh, Virgos. Oh, Virgos. Are we ready? Nope, apparently not. Okay. Virgos, I'm going to need you to collectively take a deep breath. Virgos, I don't mind pulling you 2 anchor cards, but every time I try to pull even just 2 anchor cards, thank you, y'all want to pull like 4. Perfectionist much? Overthinking much? I love you, Virgos. I just pick on you. I just pick on you because I can. All right, we ready? You have the Prince, the Forgotten Adversary, which is sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. And then you have Ask Body and Divine Guidance. Okay. It's funny, I thought, really expected y'all to have more cards than just 3. But Virgos, this is a week of you being very honest with you. This is a week of you being very honest with everybody. So just know that if you have a Virgo in your life, they're probably going to hurt your feelings. Not intentionally. But Virgos, y'all are being beyond honest this week about everything to yourself and about everything to everyone else. So if you work with a Virgo, then know that they might go ahead and tell you the truth about what they thought about your project or your lunch that you cooked in the microwave or whatever. But the Forgotten Adversary, with you, I don't think that it's so much of the lost valor or the sorrow. I think it's more the serendipity. I was going to yawn. Because y'all have felt this week coming. Does that make sense? Y'all have felt this week coming. Y'all are watching all of these things slide into place, right? Because the summer solstice is this weekend. You are all about making sure that this is the catalyst, the springboard for your entire summer and your entire fall, the rest of your whole year. You are ready to make this the springboard that pushes you through to Yule and makes the rest of your year beyond successful. Because I know that you Virgos are perfectionists, and I know you've been planning out all of these manifestations, and now you're ready to rock and roll with them. Here's a thing that is going to hit you kind of out of left field, going to kind of slide into home plate through left field, and that is the Ask Body card. I am just letting you know right now, Virgos, you're going to be drawn to either make an appointment for a physical, to start eating better, to start exercising. It's something out of your norm, okay? For some of you guys, you may start yoga, or you may start playing a sport or something like that. But you have this need to burn off this extra energy, this crazy need to burn off this extra energy. Trust that process. No matter what it is, Virgo, that you feel like your meat sack needs to go do, trust this process. Okay? The other thing I'm going to say is this. This is the Divine Guidance card. You guys are divinely pointed, push, pulled, whatever, everywhere this week. So pay really close attention to your intuition, to your clairs this week, Virgos, because you have someone right here in your ear telling you where to go, where not to go, etc. This is a very powerful week, Virgos. This is a very powerful. We're just going to say it repeatedly until my words go fla fla fla. This is a very powerful ass week for you, my Virgo friends. A very powerful week for you. This is a reset week. This is a trust week. This is you kind of pulling everything back to center. Does that make sense, Virgos? Very powerful Virgo week. If you have a Virgo in your life, just know that they are going to exude this power. And if this is a significant other or someone you're dating, then they may be very irresistible to you. If this is somebody at work, then you may find yourself wanting them to be on your project or watching people fight over who's going to do work for them. You Virgos, in other words, are a little bit magnetic this week. Not that I needed to tell you how awesome you are, because you already know. Because you already are sitting there like, right? Stones for Virgos. Black kyanite. Black kyanite and clear quartz. Clear quartz. Y'all are the raccoon this week. I know, you're like, I thought you said I was powerful and awesome. Uh-huh. I did. All right. Nope, that one was there. Libras. Where's my lovely Libras? My lovely, lovely little Libras. Of course, you guys have to have all the cards. Of course you did. Of course you did. Oh, you have the Maestro, which is community. It's wisdom. It's understanding. It's ingenuity. You have the Ancestors card. Of course you do, because all the understanding. Then you have the Sage. I'll explain this card in a minute, because if I start explaining it now, it's getting into the read. Then you have balanced emotions, because you're a Libra, right? And mindfulness. Look at you. Look at you this week, Libras. These are very, very in tune, powerful ass cards this week. You guys are like the spiritual gurus of the zodiac this week. You have the Maestro, which is the master of inspiration. Then you have the Ancestor card, meaning that you are super tuned in just to the ancestral line. Just think of it like in Finding Nemo, the current. Y'all are super tapped into that. You're seeing things, you're hearing things in a good way. You're having the dreams, you're knowing the things, Libras. You are just super tuned in. The other thing I love is this, and this is the Sage card. The Sage is someone that guides other people. The Sage is someone that usually they're a reluctant teacher. This is who you would go to divine the spirits or the waters to let you know what was coming for the harvest, or what battle plans you needed to put in place. The Sage is someone that offers all of the spiritual wisdom that you need in the world. I love this card. Really? And then you have balanced emotions and mindfulness. Not just balanced emotions or mindfulness, both of them. Both of them. Libras, I'm just going to say it again. Y'all are the spiritual guru of the zodiac. You are. the spiritual guru of the zodiac this week. So if your Libra friend says, hey, you were in one of my dreams, maybe you should listen. If your Libra sister or significant other or whatever says, hey, will you just maybe carry this picture with you this week, or this rock, or wear this necklace? Maybe you should do it. If your Libra anybody starts to tell you about something that they feel, that they saw in a dream, that whatever, you need to listen to them, because they are tuned in. They're very tuned in. Libras, you're probably going to feel a little crazy this week. You're probably going to feel a lot crazy this week. But I am going to say this. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because I don't remember if it was last week or the week before that y'all had a pretty rough read. Y'all had a pretty rough read. In fact, weren't you a little feral? Weren't you a little feral? You need that balance. You went from having a bad week to balance to a great week, right? Right. Your intuition is on point, Libras. It is. It is 100% on point. I am here for it. You guys not only are on point, but you feel powerful this week. You feel in tune. You feel in touch. You just feel all the things. And I think that it's been a long time since you guys have felt this in touch and this in tune. And I think that this is phenomenal and fantastic. Make sure you do a thankful offering this week. Okay? Thank you to all the new members I see popping in. I so appreciate it. For those of you guys that are curious of why you should become a member over here on YouTube. So one of the wonderful things about YouTube, as I'm drawing for Scorpios here, is that my YouTube has years of classes on it. Members have access to a lot of class material. Some of these are older classes, so when you look at them and go, whoa, is that actually Bodhi? Yes, it's actually me. Some of this is newer classes that I have just done. There are some videos and so on, but there's a lot of free class material for those of you guys that become members of the channel. And since TikTok be TikToking, I'm probably going to release a lot more class material for those of you guys that are members here on the site. For those of you guys that are members on the Patreon, y'all will have access to it as well. I started putting out a lot of member content in the form of some of these classes that I started doing this months and months ago, and I'm going to ramp it up because I really appreciate those of you guys subscribing over here. One of the things that I dislike about some of the other social media sites is that if you say you subscribed and it was $5 a month, I probably get less than half of that. I get less than half of that. YouTube is a lot different. And so is Patreon. And so for those of you guys that support me on either one of those, I really and truly appreciate it, and know that there will be a lot of ramped up member things for y'all. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right, Scorpios, are we ready? The answer is yes. Y'all have Thanatos, which is completion and support and expediency. And then you have the Get Curious card. Okay, Scorpios. Safe travel. And magical power, because of course. Because you're a Scorpio, right? Scorpio, what a fantastic week. Every project that you set your mind to this week finishes like this. Everything that you decide that you want to do and enjoy, magically you have all the time to do it. All of the things that you've been curious about lately, you find the perfect book or the perfect video or the perfect event to go to, Scorpios. Like, this is just, you feel like the universe is at your fingertips this week. You feel like when you're driving in traffic, you could just go like, and make the lights turn green. You feel like every single thing is protecting you from all of the big crazy waves and hurricanes and bullshit coming your way. And you just feel like a magical motherfucker this week. You are the leprechauns. You are the fairies. You are all of the magic this week, Scorpio. All of it. All wrapped up in a cute little package. I have yet to meet an ugly Scorpio. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I have yet to meet an ugly Scorpio. Y'all all have this magnetism about you. I think a Scorpio could look like a golem and you would still be magnetic. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It gets a lot of us in trouble. But y'all have this magnetism about you. I love me some fucking Scorpios. I do. I love me some fucking Scorpios. I think y'all get a bad rap, but I think it's because, here's why I think Scorpios get a bad rap. Oh, I did not give you guys stones for Libras. I apologize. Stones for Libras. I'm going to give you guys fluorite. Yellow fluorite, if you can find it, or a banded fluorite that has yellow in it. And I'm going to give you 3. Banded fluorite, clear quartz, and smoky quartz. I am so sorry, Libras. I am so sorry. Clear quartz and smoky quartz. Why do I want to make you the white raven this week, Scorpio? Libra. What the fuck? Libra. Y'all are the white raven this week. Not the raven. The white raven. Why I gotta make y'all the white raven? I mean, maybe you're magical little shits this week. Maybe you're magical little shits this week, Libras. But Scorpios, back to Scorpios. I am so sorry, Libras. I did not mean to miss giving you the stones and your animal. I feel like a shit, and I'm sorry. Scorpios, here's why I think you guys get a bad rap. Because people love that magnetic aspect of you, and they get pulled in, and then something doesn't go their way, and they don't get to possess the Scorpio that they wanted, and they get kind of kicked to the curb a little bit, and then you get a bad rap because you're crazy. Am I right? I have known a couple of absolutely batshit crazy Scorpios, but there were a lot of circumstances that made them that way. But am I right? Am I right, Scorpio? Am I right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Scorpios, you are full of magical power this week. Whatever it is that you set your mind to complete will be completed. Whatever you set your mind to learn this week, and you need to be learning some shit this week, Scorpios, it will happen. You're also surrounded by this amazing little safety bubble. Not quite bubble wrap, just the safety bubble. Just the safety bubble. Man, Scorpios, y'all are going to have a fantastic week too. The Libras having a fantastic week. Scorpios, Virgos, Pisces, I'm here for it. Stones for Scorpios. Don't let me forget the Scorpio stones. Peacock ore. I usually don't give that one. That one's pretty easy to find and pretty inexpensive. And if you guys do not have a piece, welcome to your new obsession. Peacock ore. I'm going to give you 2 others. I'm going to give you 3 total. Okay, so peacock ore, carborundum. Carborundum is a man-made stone. It is not a snuggly stone. You can't hold on to it, but just look it up. You'll need a piece. If you cannot find or do not have carborundum, it's actually a pretty common stone, but depending on where you are in the United States, it may be more common than others or around the world. If you do not have carborundum, Labradorite's going to be your next best thing. It's going to be your next best thing. You know, you are the bat this week, Scorpios. You are the bat this week. I almost gave you the owl, and I thought, you know, there's just something that doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah. Y'all are the bat this week. All right, my sweet little Sagittarius. Are we ready? I feel like there's one more in there. There we go. I see you over there, Sagittariuses. Why I feel like some of y'all are biting your nails, like waiting to hear what's going on. The master of the great hunt with natural balance, the hunt, ambition. Destruction. Get curious. And happiness. Oh no. I know that my eyebrows went up when I saw the destruction card. They do. Sagittarius. The solstice is going to bring something. No. Let me start that over. The solstice is going to destroy something that is currently sitting in your lap that has not been yours for a long time. You have been holding on to it because you Sagittariuses are the life of the party and you like to have all the things. And if you feel like something needs to be yours, then it should be yours and you will hold on to it until the universe rips it out of your hands. Well, guess what's about to happen this week? The universe is pulling something out of your hands this week, Sagittarius. Whatever this is that you're hardcore holding on to, I want you to remember that everything is balance. You've had it for a while. It is no longer yours. So the universe is going to come and grab it from you. But here's what's funny, because I know how you Sagittariuses are. And it doesn't take long after something has been taken away from you that you are ready to hit it hard again and find a new obsession. So for those of you guys that have Sagittariuses in your life, just know that yes, they are going to be obsessed with something brand new this week and hyper focused and needing all of these new things or getting rid of other. Just know it's a thing. Just know they're going to be hyper focused on something new this week. I'm here for it, but Sagittarius, just know that you can't. I mean, maybe you have it like that. I don't have it like that. Maybe you have it like that where you can fall down the rabbit hole and just go order all the equipment for whatever it is that you want to start doing now. I don't have it like that, but maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you do. But this is a good week for you to start something new, Sagittarius, especially with the summer solstice coming up. The other thing I'm going to say is, those of you guys that have Sagittariuses in your life, this destruction is going to happen. They're not going to be happy and they're going to huff and puff. Just give them their favorite treaty treat. Tell them how cute they are. Buy them tacos, whatever it is that they need. Let them wallow in it, because if you don't let a Sagittarius kind of wallow in the anger, then and the hurt, and just the feely feels, then they're not going to be able to move forward. So Sagittarius, wallow in the feely feels whenever the universe takes this toy away from you. But know that there are all these other amazing toys out there that are so much better than that broken ass piece of shit that you had. We're just going to put it that way. But I also love this, and this is the best card to end a reading on, and that is the happiness card. It's just a week where you're happy. I know you're like, well, how can I be happy if the universe is taking something from me? Because you Sagittariuses always turn a bad into a good. Always. I don't know how the hell you do it, but you do. But you do. Like, it's a talent that I wish everybody had. But you Sagittariuses, y'all have it. It's great. Y'all can take the most terrible of things and turn it into something good. And I love that about y'all. I wish I had more Sagittarius friends. I really only have like 2. I wish I had a lot more Sagittarius friends. Because y'all love to be the life of the party. You have all the cool toys. You have all the cool shit. And you can turn the worst turd into something phenomenal. So, you know, if y'all don't have a Sagittarius friend, you need to get one. You need to get yourself a Sagittarius friend. They are the new it item. We're just going to go ahead and say that. The Sagittariuses are the new it item. Stones for Sagittarius. Citrine, pyrite, and quartz. In fact, if you can, wear the quartz in between the pyrite and the citrine so you can put off all of the good vibes and gather all of the new friends that you need and want. You're also the sparrow this week. Before you get mad, look it up. The sparrow has become one of my all-time favorite birds. When y'all know the spiritual meaning behind the sparrow, it will become one of yours as well. I promise. I promise. All right. With that, I am going to get off of here for the evening. I know you guys are used to having a Reiki session and then the Zodiacs. This Monday is a little different, and just know I promise that there will be Reiki this week. I promise that next Monday there will be Reiki as well. I promise, I promise, I promise. So just with everything going on, I have been dealing with a lot today. And to be honest, my feelings are still a little bit hurt. And I have been doing Reiki for a very long time. And I know that when I feel the way that I feel, I legitimately feel betrayed by TikTok and by whoever this is that decided to continually report last week. So my feelers are hurt, and it's not a good thing for me to try to do anything like that for y'all. Y'all don't need to feel this as well. So I love you guys. I appreciate you coming over here, following me on the YouTubies. And just know, for those of you guys that become members, there are a lot of classes on there for free for you becoming a member on YouTube. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you later.